welcome viewers. I am Pia and you're watching NewsX. We're tracking some crucial breaking developments at the top of this hour. From the international arena, Ukraine has carried out one of the largest drone attacks on Russia, targeting its military air bases. Now, reports indicate that the coordinated drone attacks hit 41 Russian aircraft. Reports also suggest that nearly 34% of Russia's strategic cruise missiles and related infrastructure have been hit. Damages are estimated at $7 billion US. Targets have included the Tu-95, the Tu-22 strategic bomber as well, and an A-50 radar detection Indian command aircraft. The dramatic Ukrainian strike has come just a week after Russia carried out its largest aerial bombardment of the war, firing 367 missiles and drones at Ukrainian cities. My colleague Aditya Vadwan with us to share more details with regards to this. Aditya, what we've seen over the last 24 hours is a dramatic escalation of the Russia-Ukraine war. What's been transpiring over the last month or so is that we've seen efforts by the Trump administration in the US in particular in order to broker peace, in order to broker a ceasefire deals. We've been seeing that talks that had taken place earlier in Turkey did not yield the desired result that the US was looking towards, and only a prisoner swap deal was finally inked, following which Russia launched its own missiles against Kiev, in which 13 people had tragically lost their lives. Now, this attack has taken place. What can we expect can happen next? How do you think Russia will respond to this?
Well, PFCC, there is a pattern to this. Whenever the drone attack from the Ukrainian side happens, then it is most probably the Russia retaliates. But at this juncture, in this particular drone attack, several of the military assets of the Russian army have been destroyed, and the Russian Defense Ministry has called this as an act of terrorism by Kyiv. So, at this juncture, Russia will definitely retaliate to this massive drone attack by Ukraine because, the successive attempts, the repeated attempts by the US President Donald Trump in this regard to, declare a ceasefire between both the sides has so far, proved ineffective. There have been several rounds of talks between both the sides brokered by the United States. But however, things haven't worked out because, both the Russian side and Ukraine, there are trust deficit issues between the Russian and the Ukrainian side because, last time also, when the meeting took place in Qatar and Saudi, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had clearly said that, he does not trust Vladimir Putin, and, he has been, and he said that, that Putin does not want peace, he wants war. So, at this juncture, this situation involving the Russia-Ukraine war is becoming complex day by day, and even now the United States is showing its frustration because, sometime back we saw Donald Trump's reaction, and where he has said that Vladimir Putin has gone crazy. So, at this juncture, it is very likely that Russia will now retaliate to this Ukrainian drone strike. Yes, Pia.
Indeed, stay on with us. We're tracking more development. Fresh revelations are coming to light. Aditya, we're getting to know that the Ukrainian drones, which carried the explosives that were used to destroy Russian military infrastructure, were in fact sneakily smuggled into Russia by hiding them inside wooden structures, which were then loaded onto trucks. And these trucks had made their way to the perimeter of the targeted air bases, and when they reached their destination, the roofs of the wooden structures were then opened remotely, following which the drones took off and initiated the attacks. That's not all. There were also some visuals that were circulating on social media showcasing that the trucks, after the strikes, went up in flames themselves.
Well, absolutely. Pia, if you see, this situation, these trucks were, were sent to this target locations in a very secretive manner. This, as per some reports, there could be some intelligence from the Western European countries, to the Ukraine, because, pushing these trucks loaded with drones to the target area is not possible without accurate intelligence. So, at this juncture, nothing can be ruled out. And, this was a very carefully planned operation executed by the Ukrainian secret agencies and the Ukrainian secret agencies. So now, it is questionable, how Russia's investigative agencies and, spy agencies are considered to be top. But how could this happen, when they are on alert, and how could these trucks, carry on, cross into the Russian border? So this is something which needs to be seen. However, it is very likely now that Russia will massively retaliate with cruise missiles or airstrikes, because the pattern suggests, in the past, if you see, the pattern also suggests that, Russia has done the same in the past also. So now it needs to be seen, how the Ukrainian response and
Yes.
the Russian response would be to this. Yes, Priya.
Indeed, Aditya, stay on with us. I'm also, meanwhile, being joined by Major Mohammad Ali Shah. He's a defense expert.